Let's discover the cure to depression. Let's see the secret weapon to a new life, and let's discover what is our purpose. In order for us to enjoy every day, to enjoy feeling happy, healing needs to happen. It can happen from a past life, current life. It could be the source can be a multitude of different reasons. Now, at the end of this video, we're going to discover what really works and what attacks the trauma, so that way the healing can happen. I want to first explain what happened to me in my personal story. Now, I grew up in a very abusive and dysfunctional house, as it seems like the majority of the world. You know, when I am seeing clients and speaking to them, I hear more and more that it's how common it is, and it's it's a very sad situation. It molded me. My experience molded me for many years, where I was a depressed, I was a negative person, I was an angry person. I didn't realize the effect that what I went through, what it had on me, and I was creating more of this negativity in my life. I had a lot of anger issues, and it's something that you always need to be cognizant of. You need to make sure, wait a minute, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling down. I need to do something. I need to change my thoughts, because thoughts are energy, and that energy is what surrounds us in our aura. So we need to make sure, once we're healed, that we continue the healing. And I resented my family, the ones that affected me, and I needed to realize that this was part of my experience, because it helps me understand the perspective of my clients that have gone through trauma. And as far as I can remember, there was violence I was surrounded by violence, literally, as my earliest memories of life. It could be a memory of my mother attacking my father. It could be a memory of my mother getting into fights, arguments, um, in the street. And it's very unfortunate that a lot of people have to go through this, and they spend a lot of time and effort trying to heal, and they can't. And because they're treating it with medication, they're treating it with clinical therapy, and they're just talking about it. And we need to get to the soul level, right? So going back to my experience, I grew up in New York City, and it was, besides the problems I had at home, I had to face a lot of violence in the street, uh, getting mugged and getting into altercations. Um, and again, I think it was what I attracted, because of my thoughts that I had with my experience from home. But now I understand that. But I was attracting more and more of this negativity, the attackers. If there was 100 people, if someone was going to be attacked, it would be me, because I was attracting this with my negative thoughts. Now, it was a tough growing up, when I was abused physically and mentally, where my mother would tell me that she didn't care if she went to prison, that she would kill me or cut off my hands, or she said she would kill me at night while I slept. Um, I remember going to sleep underneath my bed, trembling and crying, in fear. And for many years, I couldn't even speak. I wouldn't be able to even say this. So, this is what I went through. Now, and then there was a time when I was about to be abused sexually, but I was saved. And I know now that the reason why I was saved is because that would have broken me, and I wouldn't have went down the path that I went down, where now I can see clients, and I was able to go through the process that I went through, so that way I have this ability now. If I would have gone through that, who knows where I would have ended up. So, and I was fortunate, but not everybody is. But now I pay back, and by healing, and I understand the pain, and deep down I felt that I was cured because I went through the awakening. I went through the forgiving process. I went through all of that. I saw therapists. Went through hypnotherapy, and I thought I was cured. I went through past life regression sessions, and I felt my soul was cured. I no longer held resentment. I understood the roles that my abusers played in my life, and I could still say at the end of the day, but years later, I love them, and they made me the person I am today. And it took many years, but it wasn't until I went through an introspective hypnosis session when I went through the healing process again, because I went and healed trauma that was lingering, and I completely was able to heal at that point. And this is the secret weapon. It's introspective hypnosis, which is when you enter a state of hypnosis and you are able to move the conscious mind off to the side and go to your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind, you're able to communicate with your higher self, your guides. And when that happens, you're able to figure out why this happened to you. And again, your higher self or your guides are only going to give you what you need. You may be in the middle of, every person is different, so I can tell you exactly what's going to happen in your session. You may be in the middle of a decision, and you won't be able to get your information until you make your decision, because they are not going to dictate to you what you need to do. So, if you're willing to say goodbye to the emotional trauma, and you're ready to say hello to this new life, and you want to take control, you want that this decision is all up to you. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. And I know it hurts inside, but ignoring this opportunity that is knocking, your soul is knocking on the door. And sometimes if you don't answer, they'll knock down the door. And when that happens, it could be through a very traumatic accident or event where it's overwhelming. But your soul, your higher self possibly, is trying to get your attention to address this trauma. So let's address it before it gets even worse. There's, nothing to lose but medication, countless hours of therapy. This is why smokers, when they quit smoking, they'll often gain weight, let's just say, because they still have the trauma and they have this addiction, because the addiction is the symptom of the trauma. So you quit smoking, but you overeat. So this is how it works. And we need to address the soul. And the key is there. Get to the source. Get to the source of the trauma, whether it be a past life. We will be able to get the correct perspective of the trauma. This is why when you could tell yourself all day, I'm going to make I'm going to make $200,000 a year. I'm going to make $200,000 a year, and you can tell yourself every day. But if your subconscious says, no, you're only worth $60,000, guess what's going to win? The $60,000 is going to win, because your subconscious is what really is the driver. 95% is your subconscious of your mind. Only 5% is your conscious mind. So we need to get to your subconscious. And that is where the key lies. These are symptoms that they're calling for your attention, and it's up to you to listen. When a big traumatic event happens, it could be in the past, it could be in the past life, right? We need to address this. Your soul could still be stuck in that situation, a portion of your soul, portion of your energy, and they need to be released from it. And this can manifest in you now in physical pain, unexplained physical pain, depression, anxiety. This is symptoms. It's not to take a pill. It's a symptom to address the trauma. Unlike what you've been hearing, right? This is completely different. We need to address the trauma. And then our perspective will change. Oh, okay. We went through this because of this. Okay. I understand now. I understand. Or you need to go and you need to reclaim your energy from your abuser. Very common. Without going into all the details, because it's endless, contact me for a free consultation. Are you curious to hear what your soul has to say about your current situation? Not that they're going to tell you exactly what you need to do and your exact purpose, but your perspective can be shifted. And you say, okay, I see. I probably should be doing this instead. No guarantees. Everybody's different. And it's literally a miracle that we're able to do this, and these sessions are so unique. They're personal. So make sure that you are in a private place when you have the session. Do we want to heal? Do we want to ascend? Do we want to have this new life? It's all up to you. If you're not ready, then you're not ready. Only you know the answer to that. We need to take advantage of whatever opportunity that befalls us. Let's heal your soul. Let's expand your mindset and your knowledge, because not seeing things with tunnel vision, saying, oh, I'm a victim. We need to change that perspective. We need to address this trauma, see what happened. What does the soul have to say? What does your higher self, what does your guide? Okay, now I understand. It sounds simple. It's a lot to it. An introspective hypnosis session is several hours long in a row. 2 to 3, closer to 2.5. So contact me if you're ready to hear your soul.